I guess I now have my new favorite Soundwave. This is the Yolopark MK Pro Series Bumblebee movie Soundwave. It is a model kit, it doesn't transform, and it clearly is aimed as a dog collector. But after building it and spending time with it, I realized that I quite like how parts fit together and how the final product turns out. Even though the parts can be taken apart very easily, but they fit together very snugly and form a very articulated figure. The Studio Series Soundwave has stayed as my favorite version for the Bumblebee movie Soundwave design for a long time. It's a very detailed figures with good proportion and really good articulation, and this can even transform even though into a fairly weak vehicle mode, and this have really good playability. And it has a very awesome feature that is compatible with a transformable figures of Bumblebee movie Ravage that can not only fit inside his chest but can also transform into Ravage and then just burst out of his chest just like an alien. But upon receiving and assembling these Soundwave figures, I just now realized how much details the Studio Series version actually miss out, especially in terms of color scheme and even the overall proportion. You can see that he's a little Bumblebee in comparison to this perfect looking Soundwave right here. Yolopark isn't trying to replace Studio Series here, obviously. This is a display's first interpretation of Soundwave, where transformation engineering is completely removed in favor of sculpt, articulation, and material quality. If you're looking for an art mode, this isn't it. But if you care about the presence on the shelf, this is very much worth a look. The molded details on these figures is excellent. Panel lines are sharp, layer armor read cleanly, and the surface texture feel very intentional. What really surprised me is the paintwork. You have got subtle silver abrasion from battle wear, mild rose tone tucked into corners, and a finish that's never feel overdone. It enhances the sculpt instead of covering it up. The color scheme is very accurate to the Bumblebee movie design. The darker blues, silver, and the muted metallics give this a rounded and industrial look. It has a metallic sheen without looking glossy or toy-like. On the shelf, it reads as a proper movie Soundwave immediately. These figures feel really good in hand. It's heavy, cold to the touch, and feel very solid. It has so many diecast parts that you can feel the weight easily, like the gauze on the legs over here, and on of the shiny metallic piece. Inside the joint, you can see that it's scattered throughout the figures, pretty much in every corner. The joints are very tight without being scary, and posing him is genuinely enjoyable. I honestly haven't been able to put it down much since assembling it. Articulation is one of the strongest points here. Shoulders, elbows, torso, hips, everything moves smoothly and predictably. Because there's no transformation, nothing feels compromised. You can get strong, aggressive pose without finding the figures. This is the kind of articulation that encourages you to keep adjusting it. Soundwave also comes with a number of accessories, including the display base and the display stand, and multiple alternated hands for both of the hands, including 2 open hands, 2 fist hands, and 2 different hands, one for the right hand to hold the gun, static, couldn't be articulated, and one with the pointy fingers for only the left hand. It also comes with this Decepticon metal badge, which is also a magnet that can activate his light. Right now I don't have the battery inside his head, so I couldn't activate any light. He also comes with a mini cassette Ravage inside his chest, which is this thing over here. It's just made of transparent plastic, and you can see that the paint is only on one side. The other side just transparent, just look through that. And this thing also comes with a cassette holder for us to display the cassette Ravage separately in here. And then there's Ravage. This is not a throw-in accessory. Ravage is much bigger than I expected, fully articulated, and feel like a complete figure on its own. The sculpt is sharp, the proportion are aggressive, and he looked fantastic next to Soundwave. I absolutely love the Ravage that come with this Soundwave. It's also a model kit that have to be put together, but he is super tight just like Soundwave. All of the joints are very tight, and all of the details on him is there's not really a toy for kids because they are all really sharp. All of those nails over here, they can easily shred off my skin. That's just how sharp they are. But for collectors, I absolutely adore them. This guy have articulation everywhere. They all on bone joint for all of the legs, and there's also just plug and pegs, so they can rotate like on hinge joints. And look at this body. It also have articulation inside here as well. Absolutely fantastic. Even the head is on the bone joint that can rotate everywhere, and look left to right too. It just look absolutely attractive, especially when you put the two legs closer together like this. The only things that I have problem with him is that he's too big in comparison to the cassette inside the chest of Soundwave. If you want something like a Studio Series Ravage that can transform and fit inside the chest of Soundwave just like a cassette, this one cannot do that at all. But maybe that is more true to the G1 continuation, considering that it can smart shifting. But this guy is one of that case. If you have watched me for a while, you know instantly that I'm a big Ravage fan. So my go-to design for Soundwave is usually this design right here. But this guy absolutely changed my mind a little. Even though I did collect the Studio Series Bumblebee movie Soundwave version, but it's mainly just because this is a very good figures on his own, and because I don't want to miss out on him, so I just get him. But in terms of likeness, I definitely like this scary little aliens right here more. The things that I like about the Ravage design is that they look very alien, and for somehow they look very complicated and realistic. But with this guy, I just realized that the Bumblebee movie design also have so much intricate details going on, and that is also pay homage to the G1 design. So it's really something special on its own. Even though this guy cannot transform, but I do think that he is my absolute definitive version of Bumblebee Soundwave in my collection right now. Ravage also have quite some competition in terms of movie accurate live action figures. Surprisingly, all of them are very different design in comparison to one another. I absolutely love my full team of Ravage figures from live action movie. Of course, we have two different designs, the Ravage Trilogy design and the Nightverse, Bumblebee movie and Rise of Beast design. I absolutely love the Ravage design more because Ravage was supposed to be a panther or feline. So this design just clearly indicates that he's a cat. Versus this design, for me, even though the movie they say that it's supposed to be representing feline figure as well, but this one looked like a canine to me. It looked more like a dog than a cat. But looking at those three, you can see that the new Yolopark version is bigger. It's the biggest version out of my whole collection. And it's much bigger than this version was supposed to come with a MPM scale Soundwave in Ravage. Look at that scale difference. Quite amazing. And both of them are super articulated. Of course, the trade-off is obvious. No transformation, no elbow. And Ravage wouldn't fit inside Soundwave even if he did transform. But this figures isn't pretending to be something that is not. If you want a transformable Soundwave, Studio Series still had its place. But if you want a heavy details, highly possible Soundwave that feels incredible in hand, this is easily one of the best Bumblebee movie Soundwave available right now. If you want to see even more side comparison, check out my side comparison for Yolopark AMK Pro Series Soundwave.